And so you being on this Zoom tonight, there are some things that you might learn tonight where you go, oh, wow, that's a new way of looking at things. I never thought of that before. So we're excited to have you on. Tonight, I just want you to kind of think about some things, and we're going to have Steph kind of talk about, the purpose of this Zoom and why we're here tonight.
Thanks, John. So thanks for joining us. We know you guys are busy, and we appreciate you taking some time to share with us. We know it will be of value to you. So the purpose of this call tonight is just kind of introduce you a little bit more to coaching. A lot of you on this call have a coach. You might have a friend that's a coach, and you might want to know a little bit more about what it is we do. So that's the purpose of our call tonight. We're going to answer some questions. Some of you might be considering coaching. You want to know if it's a good fit for you. We're not here to talk you into anything. We're just here to explore some possibilities, to share some stories, maybe where we came from, where we're at now, and just kind of look at each other's faces and realize we're part of a big community here, and we've got a lot of wisdom to share between all of us because we all have little pieces of it. So hopefully if we all share those little pieces, we leave better. Thanks, John.
So with Optavia, we have a trilogy of health. It's healthy body, healthy minds, healthy finances. And I love this trilogy of health because these three things together create what we call optimal health. So tonight, while you're on the Zoom, I want you to think about why you're on the Zoom. And I want you to write down, is it healthy body? Is it healthy mind? Is it healthy finances? What is it that's really drawing you to this community? And write that on a piece of paper if you have that in front of you. What we want to do is we want to take a minute. We're going to be talking about each one of these components quickly. And then we're going to dive a little bit more into some of the elements of Optavia. So we have some stories tonight that we're going to share in relation to these. So we have the Framptons on quickly. They're going to talk about how healthy body has played a role in their lives.
Hi, everyone. We're happy to be on tonight.
Hello, hello.
We love sharing our story and how this program has changed our life, and most importantly, coaching. So Steph is my coach, and I reached out to her at a really low point in my life and jumped in and was able to get healthy and lose 35 pounds really quickly. My husband lived and worked out of state and would commute home once a month. And so he would come home and see me doing this program, and I was shrinking and I was changing, and he kind of saw this different person emerge and had to make a decision if he was going to catch up to me or
keep sinking.
So he said, wait for me. And he kind of got on board in a roundabout way. I'll let him tell that part of it. But I had already started coaching, so he became one of my clients and kind of rocked the program. But he is type 2 diabetic, and so I was desperate to help him, and he didn't really want my help. And
fun fact.
What finally got him on the program was coaching. He saw how it was just completely changing my life, and wanted to be a part of it. And because of coaching, he ended up getting on the program and reversing his diabetes. So I'll let you tell him, or I'll let him tell you what finally did it for him. But this program just answered so many questions for me about health and how I could feel better. I just wanted to feel, I wanted to fit into my jeans, but I just wanted to feel better. I just felt crappy and no energy and grumpy and inflamed. And I just was really desperate to find something. And Steph and I joke all the time that we feel like we hit the easy button with this. And so just by making a decision to get healthy was just this catalyst to improving literally every aspect of my life, including my marriage, including my husband's health. And anyway, I'll let him share that story with you.
So I was a tad bit overweight. Anyways, Caytie was saying, I was seeing changes in her, and I was seeing how much fun she was having on her phone and on these calls, and she's working, and I'm like, that's not how I work. And that's, I was intrigued.
Looks too fun.
And I knew I needed to make changes, but had slowly been trying with her. She'd been, helping me a little bit. And my 8-year-old daughter at the time, Claire, I have 3 kids. We have 3 children. She's my favorite. If you have kids and you don't have a favorite, you're a liar. And she came up to me and she said, Dad, you're not going to be at my wedding. And she was really like distraught and worried. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know you were getting married, Claire. You're 8. And she said it again. And I could tell something was wrong. I said, well, why are you saying that? And she said, Davey, who's our 16-year-old son at the time, Davey said that you're going to die. You'll be dead by then. And so that really hit me. So I turned to my beautiful wife, and she's, kind of dangling these little carrots. And she's like, why don't you just watch this thing with me today? And it was a Zoom call. And
he had already been interested in the coaching part of it. And I said, well, if you're going to coach, you have to do the program. And so I didn't know that all of this had happened with our daughter. And so he had been already thinking about it anyway. So I made him watch a call with me.
So we
watched
the training call, and John and Kat were leading the call, and they were there just happy as a couple school kids in love. And
working from home, just coaching.
Working from home.
Living a great
hats
life.
On, just happy. And after that, I looked at Caytie and said, okay, I said, I want that.
He's like, I don't know who those people
are. I don't know who they are,
but that's what I want.
So anyways, there's a lot more to the story, but that's pretty much it. I love being a part of the community. I can't believe how many friends have come from this, and just the family feeling. There's nothing better, and it helps keep me on track.
Well, yeah, and that's what I was going to end with, is that it's kept our health going. His doctors are really happy with his numbers. He's reversed his diabetes. He's off his diabetic medications. He's never been able to maintain something this long. And it's just a part of our life, and it's so normal and easy and great. And we just spent a week in Orlando and came home having lost weight. Like, who does that? So it's been great, and it's totally blessed our life. So thanks for letting us share.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. You guys are the best. I've known Dave and Caytie for a lot of years, and the coolest thing about this is once we get healthy, we get to give this gift to our friends. And I love what Dave said. A lot of people lose weight, but they start coaching because they realize in order to keep those new habits, they need to be teaching what they've learned to someone. And so the healthy body is where it starts for a lot of us. A lot of us come to this as a diet. I would say most of us come because we feel miserable and we're not happy with our body. But we realize in the process of getting healthy that in order to get that healthy body, we have to fix our mind. And so John is going to talk a little bit about healthy mind and the part that plays in both his health journey and his coaching journey.
So healthy mind is really kind of the piece that Kat and I say all the time. That's our favorite part of this program, is fixing this space between your ears. And let me just share with you a little bit about my continued journey to improving my mind. We've been part of an opportunity through Optavia to get personal development at even another level. And that's what I love about this community is that we meet people where they are, but we have zero intention of leaving them where they are. And so we teach and learn and grow together. We link arms and we just learn stuff together, how to work on that space between our ears. And recently I've just learned through this experience that I've had about the difference between reaction and creation, and how in our lives, when we spend time in reaction, we are actually not improving our lives. We're falling backwards. Where if we live in creation, we are bettering our lives and we're moving forward. And this has been a big deal because I'm a fixer by nature. I want to fix stuff, right? The sink's broken. I want to fix it. Somebody's relationship is messed up. I want to fix it. Somebody's struggling. I want to fix it. Somebody's pulled off the side of the road. Oh, I need to pull over and help fix it. I'm a fixer, which is part of it's not part of creation. Let's just put it that way. All right. When you're fixing everything, you're not creating. You're in a reactionary state. And so for me, through this journey of Optavia, I've learned better ways to fix this space and improve my own life. And that helps me show up better for my family, for my kids, for the people around me, and just not just bless my own life, but bless so many people's lives. So I know, and I was into personal development before I ever got involved with Optavia, and I feel like it stretched me even more to a whole nother level. And yes, it's painful at times, but it's absolutely 100% worth every single second of it.
That was amazing, John. I was also really into personal development before Optavia, but what I found, and I've talked with my friend and coach Shane Oakes about this a lot, until you get your body healthy, it's really hard to work on your mind. So you can read all these personal development books, but if you're living in an unhealthy body, it really has to start there. So I love that we start there. We move to healthy mind, because all coaching is high-level personal development, just like John said. I want to talk a little bit about healthy finances, because finances, I mean, I don't know about anybody here. Put a 1 in the chat if finances are a trigger for you for emotional eating, because I know for me that finances were a huge trigger for, like, you're always looking for a way to soothe yourself. And I would soothe myself with food, but my finances were really unhealthy before I started Optavia. I'm seeing a few 1s pop up, so I guess I'm not the only one. You know, I came to this program thinking I was going to fix my body, you know, thinking I was going to have this diet to help me fix my body. But the cool thing is, it's a solution for everything. So I did lose 40 pounds in 4.5 months starting this program. But what I learned is how to clean out the cobwebs in my mind and start to think like a healthy person. And then, you know, after you lose the weight, really often people will approach you and say, hey, what did you do? And you just get to tell them, hey, this is what I did. It was awesome. And, you know, if you're lucky, that person wants some help and you're able to coach them. And we get compensated really well for health coaching. And it's kind of cool, because I often say I came to this program thinking I needed to lose weight, but what I really need was help with my finances. Because once I lost the weight, those finances were still unhealthy. That was still like I still had my trigger just sitting there. And so I love that we get to help people with the whole trilogy. We help them get healthy, we help them think healthy, and then we help them live a healthy lifestyle and to be able to afford time with their families. There's a lot of help that comes with time management, and to be able to have a little bit of extra, we start out with, you know, helping 4 or 5 people. That's a really good car payment. And I love that. We'll talk a lot about that a little bit more, but yeah, someone says, I'm currently in that financial boat that feels like it's sinking. I felt like I was in that same boat and I was just taking on water. And I thought, I'm going to start by trying to fix myself, fix my body, but I really desperately needed that financial solution. So I love that it does all of these things. John's going to talk a little bit about the 4 components of our health program. Go ahead, John, and bring that up to our attention.
Absolutely. And I love how we talked about the healthy body, mind, finances kind of to start us off, because that trilogy, you guys, it's just so amazing. What a lot of people get started with is the 4 components that we have to help us with our health. The first thing is we have an amazing community of health. Like tonight with the Zoom, we have Zooms. On Wednesday night, we have webinars. We just have the opportunity to learn from experts in the field, to learn from each other, to grow together, to link arms, to ask questions, and just have support. It's amazing to have a company that's publicly traded, that has strength, that's been around since 1980 as the backbone of our company. Our company's been on Forbes' most trusted companies list for several years. So this is like stability, and I love that. And our community is just amazing. Second element is that every person gets a coach. And it's not like you have to pay extra for that coach. That's just part of the program, which is amazing. Also, the third part is that education piece that we kind of talked a little bit about. We've alluded to. And Dr. Anderson just came out with, Dr. Anderson is the co-founder of our company. He actually left critical care 18 years ago now, something like that, right? To co-found this company because he was tired of reacting to disease, and he wanted to create health in people's lives. And he recently just came out with his Habits of Health transformational system. Today's the first day it's available, and it's amazing because we're really trying to take that space between our ears and make it be even better, learning healthy habits. And it starts with our nutrition. Like what Steph was saying, and it leads into our healthy mind, and it leads into our healthy finances, and how all of these come together. So definitely ask the person that invited you to this Zoom about the Healthy Habits transformational system. It's amazing. But then the fourth part is we do make healthy eating simple. Our company has healthy fuelings that it utilizes to help people get to their goal with their health. So our program is essentially to eat 6 small balanced meals a day. And then we have a lot of plans within our program. And what I love is that when somebody's interested in our program, we do a health assessment with them to determine where they are with their health, what needs they have, what health struggles they might be having, what conditions they might have, so that we can put together the right plan for them. And this is a comprehensive system where we help people get healthy. It's not just about the body. That's where it starts for a lot of people. Because I was like Steph, I started a diet, but it quickly transformed from there. So those 4 components really are elements that a lot of people know about, but there's also kind of a little bit of an element that we find that creates lasting health. And that's what Steph's going to be talking a little bit more about.
Thanks, John. I've shared quite often that my husband is an alcoholic in recovery, and he attends AA meetings. For those of you who are familiar with AA, it's a really, really beautiful program, but the 12th step of it is to sponsor. And that's because when people struggle with something, it's a struggle that they are normally going to have their whole life. If you find that soothing yourself with food is something you've done since you were a little kid, spending a few months and getting to your goal weight, those triggers aren't going to go away. And so the brilliant part of this program is that we pay it forward. Just like in AA, we take sponsoring as the next level, and that's really what we call our 5th component. So basically our 4 components are: you have a free health coach that is your guide to the program, you have a healthy community that we plug you into from day one, you have education, the habits of health system, you have healthy fuelings that make it easy for busy people to eat 6 times a day. And then if you choose, you can decide to become a health coach and just help the people in your sphere. We all have people that are looking to get healthy. And I'm sure if you're just thinking about it right now, you could name 5 people that are close to you that are looking for a way to get healthy. And once you have found that, my brother always says, Optavia cracked the code. Once you crack the code and you know how to get there, it's so fun when people ask, because you're like, I actually know how to do this now. I actually know how to get healthy. And you're an attractor, because people see you happy and healthy and they want to know more about what it is we do. So what I didn't know is that you can actually begin coaching at the beginning of your journey. You do not have to be at your goal. And a lot of us think, well, I'm not quite at my goal. I'll look into that when I get there. But I'll tell you, I didn't realize I could coach till I was about 10 pounds from my goal weight. I would have never gotten there without coaching, because what I started doing is I helped a best friend and I helped my brother. And once we were doing it together, I had them watching me. And at that point, a lot of us get, halfway through our health journey, and put a 2 in the chat if you've ever, let's say you want to lose 40 pounds. If you've ever lost 10 or 15 of that 40 pounds you want to lose, and you start feeling better, some of your jeans start to fit and you kind of slide back. Who's ever done that in the past? Just had that slide, or maybe you get even halfway there, or maybe you get 75% of the way there, but you just never quite get to that ultimate goal. And I think for a lot of us, it's because we aren't helping someone else. So I think the magic of our program is we get people to their goal and we keep them there because we have that magic thing. We're giving the gift. And they've actually done a study. A 6-year study shows that people that are coaching and helping others get healthy are 500% more likely to maintain their healthy weight. And isn't that what we all want? I mean, I think a lot of people say they want to lose weight, but I think what they really want is to lose the weight and figure out how to maintain it. That's what we really want. So coaching statistically is proven to help you get there and absolutely help you stay there. Thanks, John.
It's so crazy too, because people are like, oh my gosh, I have to be at my goal, or I have to do this, or I have to do that. And it's like, we do that in life all the time, right? We're constantly waiting around for that next step. And, if Jared were here, he'd probably have 5 quotes that he could share on this topic. But let me just tell you, if you want to have greater impact in your life, if you want to have greater impact in your family's life, If you want to have greater impact in the people around you, if you want to have a better life, start coaching. And this is how hard it is. It's super hard. You reach out to the person that invited you and you say, tell me how to do this thing. Literally, you log on, you buy the coach kit. Okay. It's awesome. They send you this big old box full of cool stuff that helps you in your coaching business. Not only that, you have a coach and a mentor to help you through the process. So that's what I love about coaching is you're not just going to get a box that shows up at your house and everybody's like, good luck. Have fun with that. No, we link arms with people and walk them through the process of being a coach. What does it look like? Here's step 1, step 2, step 3. So you get on the job training, if you will. But the cool part about it, it's your own business. You get to work with Optavia to help people create health in their lives, to help your continued health, and you get paid to do it. And we get paid pretty darn well. As Steph mentioned, it is a perk. This is what my wife and I do for a living. I left my business partners 5.5 years ago to come home and work with Kat, and I've loved every single minute of it. Well, I mean, it's not been easy. I'm not going to lie to you and say it was the easiest thing that I've ever done, but anything that's worthwhile is not easy. Okay? Steph, this is what she does, and she loves it, and there's a lot of people that do that, but not everyone has to go to that same level. Maybe there's just a few people that that need some help and want your help. Great, you can coach them. And there's that in-between land too, right? I mean, there's some people that might help a couple people. There's some people that might help. That's what their main source of income is. And then there's anywhere in the middle. So you get to work with a person that invited you to this to find out what would be the best fit for you with that. But you literally log on, you buy your coach kit, on the job training, earn as you learn. It's all included in that.
Thank you, John. And I want to mention, the year before I went on my health journey, I started the health program when I was 39, and my kids were growing up and moving out of the house. And I started to think, I want to do something. My training was in business, but I had no idea what I wanted to do with that. I had a college degree, but I hadn't been working for 15 years. And, as I looked into different programs, I thought, how am I going to put my kids in daycare while I go back to school? How am I going to afford the $15,000, to go back to school? And I started just looking into different programs. And so when coaching came up, it really was an answer for where I was in my life. And at convention, we just got back from our national convention. I had a great conversation with a coach, and she said, when we were young, when we were first married, there weren't stay at home and work options. It was like, if you were a school teacher, maybe you could, work that in with being a mom. But I think for a lot of people, we're trying to juggle 2 careers. And, a lot of people are doing this on the side until it makes sense to do it as your full-time career. But I love that we have the option of coaching one person, or we can grow a huge business. We can do this any way we want, but we earn as we learn. And I love that. We don't have to know everything to start earning money. We just have to know how to help people and how to love people. And I also want to mention quickly that you don't need to be good at sales or know how to do sales, because this is a huge, huge thing that people think, I'm not good at sales. Good. We love you. We love people who aren't good at sales, because it means you're a really genuine person, and you don't have to have experience. All you have to have is a heart to help people. The first week you get on our health program and you learn the program, you're qualified to start helping someone. You just have to have a heart to help and love people. So that's our qualification for coaching. Let's see. I want to open up for a couple question and answers. I'd love to hear if anybody has a question. Maybe we've got some first timers on here. Down at the bottom of your screen, you should see a mute button. So take yourself off of mute if you have a question. We'll take a couple.
Hi, I'm Michelle Thompson. Can you hear me? So I'm terrified of, do we have to do cold calls to recruit people? I can definitely say this is something that I want to do. My friend Heather Humphrey, who introduced me to this, invited me to the boot camp call the other night. She told me I've done this the hard way, because I started getting healthy physically eating healthy. I looked into paleo and keto and doing all that stuff. And then I changed my diet for a year before I started going into the gym, and I've just done it all on my own. And she came to me and she's like, you would be a great coach. Like, you need to coach people. And I'm like, Heather, I can't just pick up the phone and start asking my very poor family for money and to like be my client. So how does that work?
Oh,
Can I
man.
help, can I help with that? Or if you have one, Steph. So Michelle, what you're going to want to do is they make these things called phone books, and you pick them up and you start with A. No, I'm just totally kidding you. Like Steph said, if you have a heart to help, you will have people's names come to your heart and mind. And then we have a training system to teach you how to connect with people. So it's not like you're cold calling. Like,
Okay.
That doesn't sound fun to me. Like,
No.
I don't know about you, like who wants to cold call? But you will have, I promise you will have experiences where you run into somebody and you have a connection with somebody and you realize that they need your help. And it happens every single day. My wife and I pray for opportunities to help people. And that doesn't always mean that they're going to come into the OptaVia community, but we are blessed every day with the opportunity to help people. And sometimes those people come to OptaVia and sometimes they don't. But their life is enriched and my life is enriched because of the connection. And that's what it's all about.
That was a great question, by the way. I loved it because I think that's everyone's biggest fear. Do I have to sell stuff to people I know? No, people come to us because they want what we have. And I think for a lot of people, if you really stop and think about it, when people write down their dreams and their goals, healthy body is either number 1, 2, or 3 on most people's list. It is a high priority if people don't have that. So we have what they're looking for. We just have to be able to open our mouth and share when we know people are looking. And we do a lot of sharing on Facebook. So we kind of are more of like we call ourselves farmers. We plant seeds by just sharing what it is we do. And then people come to us most often. Sometimes there is someone on my heart and I'll end up, talking to them about it, but it always just comes up in conversation. It's not like that's the purpose of a phone call. I don't think I've ever done that before because that would be weird. Because you're a genuine person, Michelle. I can tell. And we're always genuine with people. We just have the answer for what people are looking for.
And I want to throw something out in connection with that because sometimes people wonder time commitment wise. That's like a big question we get. What's the time commitment for being a coach? And we say it's about an hour per month per client. And so, just depending on how many people you're helping. If you're helping 5 people, that's typically about what it takes to cover your cost for a month's worth of food. And that's about 5 hours a month. So that's a pretty good return on your time. Last time I checked, that's pretty solid.
Any other questions? That was a great question, by the way.
Hi.
Hi, Millie.
How are you?
Good.
So I'm just barely new and just kind of got thrown in and happened to have time to get on. I don't know much about the product, although I have tried it for about a week. So I'm super intrigued. So I'm brand new. But my question is I have a health coaching background. Can you tell me more about the quality of food? Like what is in the products? I'm really big on clean food.
Perfect. You want to take that, John?
Sure, I'd love to. So all of the food it's actually all natural. So no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners, no artificial colors, has a probiotic built in, has all the vitamins and minerals that you'll need. It doesn't have any preservatives. It's a super clean, very efficient fuel source. And there's a lot of benefits to it. And Millie, if you don't know all the benefits of, say, fat burn and different things like that, definitely reach out to the person that got you invited into this Zoom, and they'll kind of explain that a little bit more. But there's a lot of health benefits, obviously, from anti-inflammatory style of eating, which is the type of style of eating that we have. And that's what allows people to feel healthier. The fat burn allows people to burn fat from the inside out. There's just so many health benefits from this. But the food itself, the fuel itself is top tier fuel source. And that's something that we really take pride in. You know, it's made in America, it's real food, and it's delicious, and I love it. And I still eat lots of it every single day because the S'more bar and the Dream bar are my favorite bars on the entire planet. And I have at least one of those a day to this day. So hopefully that helps answer your question.
Great question. Any other? We got time for one more question. These are great.
Stephanie, if no one's going to ask another one, I'll just ask one more. My phone kind of ran out of batteries and I blipped out for a minute. Did I miss like kind of the compensation like package deal? And also I can just contact someone else for more details, but I think I may have missed that. Did you go over that in this call?
Really good question. We went over it and not in detail because the compensation really depends on what kind of business you want to grow. So a lot of people come to the plan wanting to just help a couple people. I mean, wanting to get healthy, and then they just want to help a couple people. So about 4 to 5 people, coaching them will cover your food costs. We call that a senior coach. So senior coach is going to make around $400 a month. And then we're going to move from senior coach into some management positions. Sometimes you might have somebody come into your life and you recognize that, hey, they'd be a great coach. When you start coaching coaches, your business can go in several different directions. But for instance, we have a rank called executive director. And for a lot of people, that's like 17 to 19 clients. That's a really great house payment. You know, that's where I was, you know, right off the bat. I shared my story on Facebook and I had a lot of people reach out, and pretty soon I was executive director. People's paths are all different, but I was looking for a financial answer to my problems. I had the time. I wanted to be pursuing a career, and I loved this program. So it really depends on kind of what you're looking for and how much time you have, how much time you're willing to spend with it. But honestly, the sky is the limit. You know, there's quite a few coaches that went on this recent convention we went to. They're all making 6-figure incomes, and that's very, very doable. If you're a hard worker and you want to just go at this, you can achieve anything. And that's the one thing I love, is there's no cap. You know, a lot of us have jobs and you're working really, really hard, and your job, like let's say you're a nurse or you're a school teacher, and you're really working to try to do your very best, and you're hoping someone will notice, and then you're hoping that there's money for a promotion. And we really are, that's reliant on someone else. And the thing I love about health coaching is we work for ourselves, and there's no cap on what we can do. And so I absolutely love that. If you want to put the time and energy into this and you want to do the personal development, there's no limit to the income you can make. You got any comments on that, John?
Really, I think the big key for you, Millie, let me ask you a question. Are you asking because you're looking for something to supplement an income? Are you looking to replace an income? Where are you at?
Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. I want to work from home. I'm a nurse and I don't want to do 12-hour shifts anymore. And I have a baby, and I actually have, I just need to talk to Robin because I'm interested, but I've been introduced by 2 different people, so I don't know who to talk to, but yeah, income, obviously everyone needs money, and I want to do it from home on my own terms.
Great. So this actually is a solution for you. That's really what it comes down to. So definitely reach out to the person that invited you to this Zoom and know that there's a solution for you. If you want to help 5 people and you want to pay for your food, there's a solution. If you want to replace an income, there's a solution through this. If you want to be somewhere in the middle of those two, there's a solution for this. If you want to go out and create all of your goals and dreams, that anything that you've ever possibly imagined is possible, I'm telling you right now, Optavia can do that for you as well. There's just, like Steph said, the sky's the limit on this. It's not like you have to, it's all based on how much work and effort you're willing to put into it. but also how much personal development you're willing to do, because as you develop yourself, that's how you grow. And so, I mean, that's my favorite thing about, like, if people ask me what I do, it's like, I get to help people dream again. Mm-hmm. And that is what I love about Optavia. We help people dream again. We help people think what's possible, what's next. Because so many people are in the grind of wake up, go to work, come home, do the kids, go to bed, wake up, do the work. You know, they might mix in some Netflix and chill or whatever in the middle of that, but that's their life. And last time I checked, no one ever dreamed about that when they were little. No one ever, when they were like a little kid, was like, I want to work and Netflix and chill. They were like, no, I want to have the house and the car and the pool and the ability to travel and give and serve and do and help and do all these things. You know, I want to be a firefighter that drives a Lamborghini. If, you know, I mean, like, kids are different, right? That's what my kid would probably say. So I want people to dream again. And that's what Optavia does. It helps people dream again about what's possible.
John, I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because that is what we do. And that's what happened to me. All of us got on a phone call that are here, most of us probably, and someone taught us that it's okay to dream again. And it's magic when someone can give that gift to you of saying, hey, your life's not over. Guess what? You can still dream. My life is so full of possibilities. I could have never, ever seen it coming. But the cool thing is, pretty soon after becoming a coach, my mentor coach started pointing out what was possible for me and helped me dream along the way. So that's what we get to do for you. So please reach out to the person that invited you to this call. They can answer all the questions you have. And thank you for taking a few minutes with us tonight to just dream and to see what's possible with your life and how this program might help you get there. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great night.